Hey there, everybody. Welcome to a Big Brother 22 update. And this is a pretty tangible one. This is the most substantial Big Brother 22 related news we've had other than people being like, is it maybe being canceled? We don't know.
Yeah, there's actual tangible sort of news happening here.
Yeah, there are no guarantees. It's still
No.
we still are in an era where we have to qualify everything because we're not.
Absolutely.
Yeah, well, this is sort of that qualifying everything era. I mean, we did a video not that long ago about how the NBA's decision could influence Big Brother, and the reality is the NBA may still not happen either. Everything is tentative.
Yep.
But what we have here are some new reports suggesting that Big Brother 22 may very well be an all-star slash returning player slash whatever you want to call it season.
And that makes a lot of sense for what's going on in the world right now.
Yeah, so we're going to go through some of the information that is swirling, our thoughts on it, what CBS could do and why they're doing this, and a number of other important odds and ends because there's so many different sort of tentacles that come out of this. But before we get into it, if you do like this video, give us a like, subscribe, hit that notification bell because, guess what? No matter when Big Brother starts, and I believe in my heart at some point it will happen this year.
Yeah, it's feeling much better now.
Yeah, we're gonna have the stuff for you, so you want to make sure that you stay up to date on all of that.
So one of the first things that I want to talk about was just that in California, the governor here has said that as of June 12th, film and TV production can safely go back to work. So that doesn't mean that the doors are just going to open on June 12th and everybody's going to be showing up to work. It means that it's the first step into moving everybody back into film and television production. So that means the doors are starting to open for Big Brother 2.
It makes it so that they can sort of work with health departments, work with officials, because now they sort of know, okay, it's actually allowed for us to film, because otherwise there's no real point in having a lot of discussions about something that you don't know if it can happen. But it can happen now, and with that in mind, now the ball starts to roll a little bit about some of these all-star rumors that are floating around out there.
Now, we did a video yesterday or day before just talking about some stuff that Rob and Cass had said on her Twitter that they had already been reaching out to semifinalists and stuff like that. So with the news of a potential All-Stars, we thought that we'd come on and kind of talk about what it means of what Robin is saying and what it means with this new report.
So the thing about Robin is, I think regardless of if there's returning players or not, you still got to go out there. You got to cast the net. You got to get in people who might be interesting candidates for Big Brother down the road. Maybe you use them this season. Maybe you don't. Maybe you just store them in a back pocket and you call them back for Big Brother 23 down the road because clearly they're not planning for Big Brother 22 to be the final season of the show. Regardless of if it's an anniversary season, an All-Stars, anything else, this show makes too much money.
Absolutely. It's not summer without Big Brother.
So, yeah, they're going to make sure that happens. But, the wheels started to turn a little bit last week when credit to Alex Kidwell, who posted on Twitter that there were some discussions happening involving possible All-Stars. And then today, a new Us Weekly report comes out saying that, okay, there have been a number of discussions with former winners, notable alumni. A number of them supposedly have said no to being on it, which I think you can probably understand there's a number of reasons why at the moment.
Yeah, with everything obviously going on in the real world, they may not want to participate. On the other hand, I was kind of thinking that they probably could get a few people that will want to participate. I mean, there's a lot of people still on lockdown, and being in the Big Brother house is a fairly safe place to be, especially if you've got a smaller crew working around on the outside to bring in food and do up the challenges in a way that makes it a lot safer for everyone. This could be a safe place to be. There's a lot of people that are out of work right now. This is a paycheck. You're able to get in there, possibly win some money. I mean, it is something that I think could be interesting to some of the Big Brother alumni. It just depends on who you're going after. I mean, we've seen Dan Giesling. He's doing stuff on Twitch now, and he's doing a lot of other things. For me, I've still wanted to see Dan versus Will, but I mean, Will's got a business that's still going forward.
Yeah.
You got Dan. He is doing Twitch, and things are going really well for him there. I'm not sure that coming into the house and giving up that amount of time is something that they're able to really do.
The author of this Us Weekly report did note on Twitter that we should all temper our expectations a little bit when it comes to the quality of All-Star we're going to see, and for basically the reasons that Jess just lined out. I don't see Dr. Will. I don't see Dan. Derek's already got a lot of other TV stuff on the go. I would be surprised if we got Derek back there. I can't, I definitely don't imagine Vanessa being on. I think maybe they can get people like Tyler. Maybe you can get Casey. Maybe you can get Nicole, fan favorite just on this past season. But it's going to be tough getting, 16 A-list Big Brother people in this climate.
Yeah, I'm expecting to see maybe some people like a Tyler or a Casey. I mean, I'd love to see Casey play again on anything.
Yeah.
I'm expecting to see people like maybe a Josh. I think that a Fessy would come back. There are some people that I don't think are A-listers that we are going to see come back.
For sure. And I think because of the merger of sorts with Viacom and CBS, I think having people who have sort of migrated over to the challenge, I don't think that precludes them from being on Big Brother at this point. So there are a lot of people who kind of jump between the two. I could see some challenge people being on the show, but they got to be careful with some of this, because it feels to me anyway that one of the reasons why you would want to do an All-Star season is you don't have to go through as much time trying to gauge whether or not this person is offensive or has done a lot of terrible things, because, most of these people, they have already been vetted at this point by not only producers, but also Big Brother Twitter. And you can probably have a little bit more confidence that they're going to be okay in the house. But with that in mind, don't go cast someone who's already been offensive, because then that just completely invalidates the whole point of doing this.
Yeah, don't bring back Jackson. I'm not interested in that. I want to see, after coming off of Survivor Winners at War and having such a great cast and with it being unproblematic in that way, if you're going to go into this and you're going to bring back people because maybe you're nervous that you're going to bring in people who are problematic into this season, because that has happened quite a few times already on Big Brother. We're not going to gloss over that and pretend like it hasn't happened. It just happened.
Yeah.
So bring in people that we've already seen play the game that are not problematic.
Yes. Please.
Please. And I feel like they're going to be able to do that. And it makes sense that they would not necessarily want to roll the dice on new people, because it is very difficult to kind of wade through some of that with new casting. I mean, people are on their best behavior. Yeah, you can go through Twitter and Facebook, and if they just happen to not have posted anything, but they're saying this stuff in life, it's difficult to get to that until they're already in the house.
Yeah, and the other thing I sort of thought a lot about over the past day or two is just that while, Rob and Cass has still been at work, and I'm sure CBS is still at work, nobody's really running at the same capacity that they usually do, because they don't have the same resources. So I think if you're CBS, it's probably a lot harder to try to interview a lot of new players, get a great sense of them remotely when you're not even in the same room, because there's something about being in the same room with somebody where their guard starts to be let down a little bit more, and maybe you can get a better sense of who they are. The returning player idea, it makes a lot of sense, especially coming off Winners at War, like you said, especially when you just think about how many people are just bored, and you could probably get a lot of people back to Big Brother who have not watched in a while if you get the cast right.
Yeah, I mean, it is tough out there at TV land
Yeah.
right now. There is like nothing happening. And like I said, it really doesn't feel like summer if there is no Big Brother. This is something that, I mean, I remember the first time I ever watched Big Brother, it was season 1. It was this new show. It was on multiple times a week during a time when nobody aired anything during the summer. So this really is such a great summer staple, and I am really hoping that they are going to be able to find a way to do this. I know at first I wasn't really that excited about the idea of an All-Stars or returning players. But the way things are right now, I would love to have a returning players season that just feels, I just don't want any problems this season. I want to enjoy seeing good gameplay and not have it be about this person's being offensive, this person's being cruel. Like, I'm just not interested in that. That's not gameplay. It's not what I'm watching for.
Yeah, I want strategy. I want antics. I want there to be enough programming on TV. There was a show, and this is not a joke, on over the past couple weeks. I don't even remember what it was called, but I'm going to call it Celebrity Haircut, where you're basically just watching people get their hair cut. That is where we are now, people.
There's a show on about tag. People are running around and tagging each other. This is where we are.
There is a show where you're watching celebrities watch TV. Yes, I understand it. It's also on Britain called Gogglebox, and it's been on for years. But we are getting Gogglebox now because this is how desperate everyone is for programming. So I have a couple of different ideas as how Big Brother could do this, because there's no guarantee that they will call it Big Brother All-Stars. They may not have a bunch of All-Stars. They may bring back some people who were voted off before the jury. They could call it Big Brother Second Chance. Mm-hmm. They could call it Big Brother. They could come up with some sort of super fan theme. Is it possible that they say, okay, we've got 8 really good returning players. Let's put them in there with 8 newbies. Everything within my head is screaming no. But could they actually do this regardless of what I like?
Personally, I don't want to see that, because every time they've had returning people come in and play with everybody else, you know, then Dan Giesling just runs the house or Paul just runs the house. Like, don't mix returnees with newbies. Either give us newbies, give us returnees. I would just like returnees right now. I don't want to take a chance that we're going to get one bad apple in with the bunch this time. Like, let's just have a good season. We all need it.
Yes. And one of the things that I often say in these videos is there's a Mike Ehrmantraut rule for Big Brother of no half measures. This goes for you guys too, producers. Don't half measure this. Don't give us half a cast that's good, half a cast that's not. But one other thing that's kind of notable as we start to transition into the timeline of things is that it sounds as though they are going to bring people in, quarantine them for 14 days or so, and then start to bring them back into the house at that point. Could that work?
Yeah, so if that's kind of where they're going, even if they put them in quarantine today, which they're not, we wouldn't end up actually seeing anything until the beginning of July. So my guess is that there's going to still be another week or two of this casting process to kind of lock down who it is. Then we'll get them into quarantine if it's a minimum of 14 days or maybe even a little bit longer of 20. I mean, we're probably not going to see Big Brother back until third week of July.
Yeah, and that's still, well, that may seem like forever right now, especially because at this point we're usually just like getting into the preseason.
Yeah.
It's still kind of a little bit earlier than I even thought when Big Brother could start, because if you had asked me like 3 or 4 weeks ago, I would have probably said maybe the very end of July, early August, maybe. It could be a shorter season. They could run it a little bit later in the fall because there's no guaranteeing as to when CBS is going to film all the rest of their stuff. We haven't heard anything about when Survivor 41 is going to happen.
No, I mean, they've claimed that it's coming back in the fall, but I mean, they haven't even started filming yet, so who knows?
Yeah, we're getting very close to Survivor from Jeff Probst's friend's backyard, which I've talked about before. Like, that seems like that's not really where we're going, but it feels a little kind of like that with the lack of conversation about it. So I could easily see Big Brother continuing into October, but you know, here's what we're going to do. We're going to keep our eyes peeled. We'll see what's sort of talked about out there. I think at this point, we're just starved for Big Brother. We're starved for content in general. We refuse to watch Celebrity Haircut, so...
Yeah, I think just the fact that they are reaching out to former players, whether they're saying yes or no, this is a really positive sign that we are going to get something.
Something. With that in mind, let's gauge your thoughts on all of this. Do you guys want an All-Star Big Brother season? Do you have ideas as to how it could work? When do you think it could premiere? Share in the comments, and if you do like this video, give us a like, subscribe, and you can support us further by checking the link in the description to the store, and we'll see you here next time.